Hi everyone, my name is Joe.
I'm Tyler.
And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how your lives will change when you become a father. Okay, actually, maybe let's do a recap of episode 1. Episode 1 is a short one. It's a quick introduction.
Right.
And we talk about how being fathers, new fathers, how we are coming together to try and share thoughts, right?
Yeah.
And want to hear from others as well who are fathers. How are they doing?
Yeah.
So actually, maybe what we can do first is to share our experience of being first-time fathers.
First-time fathers? Do you remember your first-time father?
I mean, it's
For you, it's been some time.
4 years plus.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of
specific.
impactful scenarios that I definitely still remember.
Okay.
But I think in general, how we feel about becoming a father and
how it has changed our life.
definitely.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you start with one first then? So before you start, so I have a question. Right.
Yeah.
So you have 2 kids. Does it change more? So because like when you became a father, the first time with your kid, your life definitely changed, right? But when you have a second kid, does it change? I know there's changes as well, but how bad?
Wow, there's a lot of changes.
Even more, like significantly more.
I mean, it depends on what you're looking at.
Right.
Okay, so from a lifestyle perspective, my lifestyle perspective, I got a lot busier. I mentioned this in episode 1.
Right.
People keep telling me that, hey, you need to have a second one because I know now today you're very busy because the first one has all her attention on you, and you have all your attention on her.
Yeah.
So that's going to make your whole life filled with her. But once you have a second one, and then both of them can play together, and then you start to have a lot of me time. Maybe that's going to be true, but not now because my second one is still an infant, still a baby, and it makes things even worse.
Are they interacting now?
Actually, they are. My elder one starts to play with her quite a bit, and then when she does that, the younger one actually gets very entertained.
Okay.
And this can go on for quite some time.
Sometime means half an hour.
Maybe, yeah.
I realize, I think for non-parents who are listening to me, like, half an hour may not seem like a very long time. But I think for parents out there, everybody knows half an hour of me time is
a lot.
It's a lot. It's plentiful.
Yeah. I mean, for that matter, if you get even 5 minutes of time, that's a lot.
True.
So life definitely gets a lot busier.
Right.
But then, like what you said, right? Because both of them start playing with each other, you start to gain different experience.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's like the other kind of impact that, depending on which perspective you're coming from.
Right.
I also got to see how my elder daughter, I wouldn't say mature, but you can see her becoming a lot more adult.
Right.
Even though she's just 4+ years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, for example, the things that she does to help us with taking care of the second one, what she thinks, like she will sometimes consider her sister first before herself.
Oh.
Yeah, correct. And then sometimes when we get really upset with the second one, or some things happen, like she poop all on my hand and stuff like that.
Right.
And the elder one will come to us and say like, don't worry, let me help you do this. And
wow.
So that's the other kind of impact that
I wouldn't have expected that though.
I wouldn't as well.
I mean, she's
only 4+.
Yeah, she's only,
Exactly.
So I wouldn't expect any form of I think maybe to me it's just if I do have a second one, the first one not a problem can really. Don't give me more problem. Fine, right?
Yeah, correct.
And
so I don't know whether it's an age thing.
Right.
Or is it because it's really brought about by the elder one being like knowing that she's an elder sister and she needs to do this.
Right.
Or could it be because of external factors like she see how her schoolmates does certain things.
Right.
I don't know. But this is happening.
Right.
So I'm actually quite looking forward to. I mean, although I say we are busy and stuff, I don't regret.
Right.
I'm actually quite looking forward to both of them growing up.
Yeah. So that one point I think is a very good point. I think I do want to sort of highlight that, which is that whenever I speak to my friends, I think this is part of what we want to talk about, which is like the changes in life and then, you know, of how when we become a father.
Yeah.
I think no matter what, even though certain times we may sound like we are complaining or we are talking about how life is now tougher and more tiring and whatnot, I realize that I think those, I won't say for all, but I think most parents will agree that they don't regret. They won't regret having kids, and I think it's the joy that comes with. I mean, there's always good and bad to a certain situation, right? Or to everything, right? That was a very big breath.
I guess it depends on when you ask that question. Like just a few days ago, when I was super shagged, and there's so many things to take care of for the both of them.
Right.
I turned around and looked at my wife and I said, you know, if we didn't have kids, we would have so much me time now. I'll be sitting on the sofa watching Netflix. You could be doing whatever you want, you know. So, but of course, if you ask me now at this present moment, I'm not with me, not by my side. I'm enjoying my yin yang thing in the car. And of course, I'll say no. I don't regret. Yes.
I mean, there's specific moments. I think that there's always times where our kids really push us to the limit.
Wow,
Okay, so talking about limits, right? So I think I've told my friend as well. My friend is like his kid's going to come soon. I think in June, if I'm not wrong.
First. Oh, okay.
So I think I was sharing some things, and I think one of the main point is having kids really they really extend your limit. So I think you know me for a good 10 years now. I do not know whether you see the difference or you notice the difference, but or at least my wife has said it. My patience is a whole new realm now. Right? And I have not put in so much effort or be so patient with someone.
Yeah.
Like how I am with my own daughter.
Okay.
Right? And I think it's a very weird thing because I never expected that I would. One of my main concerns before I became an actual father was my temper was quite bad. It's a very short fuse and it's quite explosive in a sense where it's very loud and in a sense intimidating to a baby, I guess.
Yeah.
So that was one of my concerns, and my wife shared that concern as well. So but then I think I mean, we are all human at the end of the day. There will be times where we are pushed past the limit. But I think one of the things that has changed, I think, as a father is, for me, patience.
Can you share one example of how your daughter pushed you to your limit?
I can share many, but the I think one of the major ones that I think it happened recently, right? So my daughter doesn't like no, I won't share that one. That one's a bit too brutal. Okay, there was this one day so our routine is we'll pick her up from school, we'll come back, we feed her dinner, play a bit, and then she'll go and sleep.
Yeah.
The question mark here is dinner. I don't know whether you have that challenge.
Okay.
But my wife sometimes faces a challenge with her. Doesn't want to eat. It's not that she's not hungry, because it just takes time for her to get warmed up to really want to eat.
Okay.
Right? And that warming up sometimes takes half an hour.
Okay.
And I get a bit sort of stressed out because I also would like my wife to eat dinner. Because so what happens is that my wife will feed my kid dinner.
Yeah.
I will eat my dinner.
Yeah.
And then once my wife is done feeding her, I will entertain while I will play with the kid while she eats her dinner.
Okay.
So that after that we can sort of like shower her and put her to bed and sort of clean up the house.
Okay.
Right? So my also concern is that my wife gets to eat as well, and then as time goes by, it's a bit later, and then later is not exactly the best, not ideal, I would say. So And so she doesn't want to eat. That's fine. I know that sometimes you have an appetite, but then she starts throwing things.
Oh, okay.
Throwing things is one relatively common for her.
Yeah.
But it's more of screaming and banging on the table.
Okay.
So he did that continuously 15 minutes. So I'm not really one that can stand for screaming and banging on the table, because I don't think it should be allowed.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So I think it went on for, I think we gave up feeding her dinner.
Okay.
And then half an hour later, so she continued screaming after that as well.
But why did she scream? Do you all know why?
We have not figured out yet.
Okay.
It's one of life mysteries.
Okay.
And I'm just going to leave it as that, because I really do not know why. So I guess, okay, so that's the thing about me. Because I don't understand why, that gets to me as well.
Yeah.
So, if I understand, so there are times where she does the same thing, but she's unwell. I understand. My patience has, it will be a little more understanding, so it's a bit, I won't lose my temper.
Yeah.
But when it's a normal day, when she's fine, and she doesn't want to eat, slamming and throwing tables and whatnot, you offer everything. You give her biscuits, you give her the yogurt packet, you give her fruits.
Yeah.
Nothing works.
Yeah.
You just want to scream. So it just, I think when I don't understand, that's all. Yeah, I cannot describe, but I think I don't know how to handle. Sorry. Because at that point in time, it's just, I think especially because I'm handling a baby girl, and I'll be honest, I think if it was a baby boy, the handling method would be different.
Okay.
Right? But I think because it's a baby girl, it's not exactly my area of comfort, because I know how boys function. I know what boys can take per se.
Okay.
But and I think I do apologize if, let's say, you all hear the rain very loudly, because we're driving in the rain now.
Yeah, it's really good. So, but do you think that if let's say you understood why she cried and you were able to address that,
it's much better. Yeah.
Okay.
So there are times when she does that, and then we know that it's because she's not feeling well, she's uncomfortable or something.
Yeah.
Then we'll try and address that issue first. We'll try and calm her down, try and make her feel a little more comfortable and feel like eating and whatnot, or cook her food that she likes, or that one we know that sure shot.
Yeah.
And we'll do that method. It's just that there are certain times when you just don't figure it out. That's all. But the problem with this whole situation is I will lose my cool then.
Yeah.
Like, let's say this is a dinner situation, right? I'll lose my cool then. And then when she goes to sleep, I feel bad.
The feeling bad part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'll be
it's happened to me so many times also.
Because you'll be like, why, she obviously didn't mean it. She's just trying to communicate, but she doesn't know the words yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but I think it's just at that point in time, the limit just gets pushed, so you don't really remember that.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. It's happened to me so many times also. Like I lose my cool, and then after the whole situation is over, I get a bit guilty. I turn around to my wife and say, I'll ask her like, was I a bit too much? Then she look at me into my eyes and say, yes. I'm like, okay. And then the next moment, you see my daughter having all the things that she wants. In fact, it just happened yesterday night also.
Oh, is it?
But anyway, so I think okay, testing your patience to the limits is one thing.
Right.
But it also will allow you to learn to let go of many things.
Oh, true.
I mean, in a way, if let's say I just use the same example as you mentioned, right? If let's say she cry and bang table and everything, and you get upset because of various reasons. It could be because you are trying to understand why she's crying. You want to make her cry less, or you want to make her eat more, or you scared that she's so strong she'll damage your table. No, once you start to let go of these thoughts, actually life becomes a bit easier.
maybe I haven't reached that level of
I haven't yet.
enlightenment.
Okay.
But I think that what in a similar, I would say, category, what has changed is, so I mean, you know this as well. I think this one you know for a fact, which is that I tend to take care of my gadgets or my possessions relatively well.
Okay.
Right? So I'm very particular about how they are placed, how they are, clean or put down or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm particular about that.
Okay.
That's gone.
That's
gone. Because I mean, I don't know why it was gone, but like now my phone's being thrown around and whatnot. Sometimes I see her grabbing my phone, running around the house, dropping it. I'm like, can you just pass it back to me? I don't want to go there.
You learn the meaning of worldly possessions.
Yes. Yeah, it's just. But no, I mean, it's just no longer as strong, or it's more or less gone as really.
Yeah. So same thing for me. You know how much I love to take care of my car, right?
Yes.
But ever since my girl starts eating in my car, which is strict no. Even my wife is not allowed to eat in the car. Ever since my girl starts eating in my car, I let go. I give up already. Whatever, the breadcrumbs, the biscuit crumbs, whatever, the candies, the Mentos I find underneath the seat, all this I just leave it there.
It's so true.
If I can see it, I pick it up. If I can't, I just especially when she eats biscuit in the car. Oh my god!
But what kind of biscuit is so? I thought the kids' biscuits are all in pieces.
It can be any kind of biscuit. Like, it could be Oreo. You bite it and all the crumbs starts falling all over the place.
Right.
It could be
Oreo because your kids are older. Sorry. Because my kids still eats that kind of.
But kids still young.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, she eats in the car as well. But
yeah. But anyway,
it's
so letting go is important.
Letting go.
I think maybe another limit that we have identified.
Maybe that's the biggest one. Just letting go of everything.
Yes, you're right.
Right? Anything that happened, like, I'm not so angry on the road anymore, to be honest.
On the road?
On the road. I used to be a very road angry because I am still angry. I'm just not as angry as last time.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's something I think.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Another limit.
Yeah.
That I discovered, or rather, I mean, so here goes.
Right.
So of course I used to game a lot, like mobile gaming or all these kind of things, right?
Right.
And then once you start to have a kid, you tend to lose time available to do all these things that you like.
Right.
And but then you're so used to having a lifestyle of like picking up your phone and playing some games, right?
Right.
So you will tend to still play. You try to find pockets of time and stuff.
Alright.
Then so before I have a baby, I'll have a very routine lifestyle. I'll go to sleep and then I'll wake up the next day, go to work and stuff like that.
Right.
But then once you start to have a baby, right, your whole routine spoils, right? Yeah. Especially in the first few
months.
First few months where you keep waking up and there's no routine.
There's no routine.
There's no routine, yes. I mean, actually, for advice to all the parents, it's good to set a routine or develop that routine. But anyway, yes.
But at the few months, it's
totally lost.
Pure chaos, actually.
Yeah. But I realized that I could actually go without sleep for very long, which I thought it was impossible.
How long is very long? Because I know you tend to need your hours of sleep.
Yes, correct.
Some people do.
Correct. And I used to think that I'll get migraine whenever I don't have enough sleep.
Right.
But then, ever since I have a baby and I need to wake up at night to attend to the baby, I realized that, I could actually survive. And I start gaming at night.
Oh, what the hell?
When I wake up in the middle of the night, after I settle out the baby and stuff like that, I say, hey, this is some time for me to do some gaming. But anyway, on that...
what is it? A mobile game, I assume?
Yeah, mobile game. Yeah, but anyway, I totally give up mobile games again now. I seriously don't have time. I don't know, is it because of his two baby thing or maybe I don't know.
I think it's a two baby thing. Because my kid is now in a somewhat of a routine. So I have time to game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'll take it. An hour, I'll take it.
I don't, I really don't. But anyway, that's so I think you realize that you discover new limits in terms of your physical ability. In my case, going without sleep for quite some time.
That's true.
Yeah. No, but most importantly, I think even for gaming, right? I realized. I remember there was once I was feeding my elder daughter. And
right.
Back then she was maybe 3-4 months years old.
Right.
So I was feeding her, and then she was. I was cradling her and feeding her. And then it suddenly dawned on me that this is going to be my life.
Okay.
Forever. I have to attend to somebody, and whenever I attend to somebody else, I lose my time.
Okay.
There's no more me time.
When did this hit you again?
This hit me when my elder one was about 3-4 months old, I think.
3-4 months old.
Because before that I was busy.
That's actually quite fast as compared to me.
Oh, really?
I think it only hit me around 6 months plus.
Okay.
6 or 7 months, I think.
So we have different timelines.
Okay, yeah. So reason being, apart from, I think for me and my wife, we were in this caregiving mode.
Okay.
Within the first 4 months or so.
Okay.
And then I was also busy with renovating our house and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things going on.
Oh yeah.
Right? But I think at 6 months plus, I think it was time when she was just playing by herself, and then I'm just watching over her and see how she plays by herself.
Okay.
And that was when it just hit me that I am a father. You get what I mean? You can call me a father when the kid comes out. The nurse will be like, father, mapa, or whatever it
doesn't
is.
mean anything, right?
Yeah, whatever, you're just addressing me,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
after a while it hits you.
Yes, correct.
And it's not going to change it. I think maybe it will change your perspective and how you behave, maybe, but it's a very interesting thing that it doesn't hit you immediately.
It doesn't, yeah. No, but the most important thing is when you realize that, then you realize that whatever you have done up to this stage of your life is useless.
What? What do you mean?
For example, I can create a level 100 character in Diablo 4, but it doesn't make sense anymore. What's the point of buying Diablo 4 even? Because I'm moving forward.
Okay,
you're not gonna play anymore.
Talking about games, right?
Yeah.
I think this is why I don't invest in long-term games. So long-term games is I think this, right? Mobile games like Clash of Clans, where you build your base and it's long-term, you have to spend a lot of grinding games. I can't. So I play games, one-off.
Okay.
Like Counter-Strike.
Okay.
You shoot, you die, you restart. You want to stop playing? Okay, stop playing. Tomorrow you come back, it's the same thing again.
Okay.
So it's not that bad, but I understand where you're coming from. Because there are a lot of things that I think it's not only just, games is just an example, right? Anything else that we have a friend, right? He likes to do Gundam.
Oh yes.
I think you can honestly down the road you'll be like, hey, what's the point of doing that? Unless he wants to pass that skill, which you can say the same for games as well. You want to pass that skill along or the account.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of things that I think quality time is just the one thing that sticks around apart from everything.
Quality time meaning what? With your kid?
With your kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I have this bad habit. Not bad habit. I don't even have the habit, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Which is my wife and I don't have this. The last photo taken of my kid was I think last week or so. And it was not even a casual. It was because I had to remind myself to take a photo.
Why?
We don't have a habit of taking photos. We are not very photo.
But you want it. Is that why you are making this a point?
Yeah. So the thing is that I think I should try and capture more of these moments, right? Because I think it hit me recently where my kid's now this age, right?
Yeah.
And technically, if you look back, the journey now at this point, doesn't feel that long.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? This is the first child syndrome. Once you're the second child, oh come on, what photos? quickly grow up lah.
This I know because I'm a second child. So I asked my parents to write the photos of me. Oh, what photo?
Exactly. Yeah. No, but I mean, just on photos, right? I realized what happened to me is after a while, you have too many photos already.
Yeah, true.
It's like, then do you even look back? So I don't know about you, but for iPhone, right? They have this thing called memories.
Yeah.
And you create a video montage. Yeah. So I thought that was quite helpful. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, I mean that's besides the point.
Yeah. So my wife digs up. My wife digs them up. And I think it's a constant reminder by my in-laws and my parents. Actually, more of my parents, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because they were like every 3 days they'll be like, there's no new photos, there's no new videos. And then it doesn't help that my parents are not in Singapore.
Yeah.
Right? It's not as though they can come over, so I feel a bit bad as well. Like, I should have taken more photos.
Yeah,
so
you tell them, if I every day send, you can't see them growing. I'll send you once a month, you can see a difference.
That is not something they will agree. To be honest, my dad is very observant.
Okay.
So we sent my dad, I mean my family, a photo before, and then he could pick out. He said, hey, what's that mark on the leg? What's that mark there? Wow, so many teeth now. What is it? I was thinking, wow, how do you see all this through this one photo? So, and he's not young. It's not as though his eyes are perfect or something. So,
I guess when you become a grandfather, you understand it.
Wow, I know. This one I have to say that it was because I have a daughter.
Okay.
It's not because it's a grandchild. It's a daughter.
It's
granddaughter.
Yes.
And then I think my wife asked my father before, like, will you behave differently with your son? He paused for a moment and he went, yes.
Hey, wait, actually this is a good point, good discussion point. Did you or your wife prefer a boy or a girl?
No.
So either one can.
Okay, we were being practical then. In a sense, in our minds, practical.
Yeah.
Right? We were saying that because at that point in time we were thinking of 2 kids.
Yeah.
So we were saying, do we want a girl first or do we want a boy first?
Yeah.
As though we can choose lah, but it's our preference lah. Right? So I think we came to a conclusion, if I am not wrong, is that we wanted a boy. Wait, let me think. Because we have this back and forth.
Yeah.
My wife wanted a girl first.
Okay.
So that the girl can take care of the younger brother.
Okay.
I was on the fence, but I think I ultimately came down to I wanted the boy first.
Okay.
Because I have, like, some of my friends are like the elder brother, and he really did take care of the sisters, younger sisters.
So that means ideally you want one boy, one girl lah.
I mean,
there's no preference for like boy or girl, but you want one boy, one girl.
We were thinking that would be a good combination.
Okay.
For us.
I see.
But now that we have a daughter, I think like we will just lean towards daughter.
Okay.
Because
fair enough.
Everything's there. We are used to the procedures and everything, or what to take note.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden comes a boy, then you also learn a few more new things and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but ultimately, no big preference.
Okay.
How about you?
I don't have, but my wife prefers girls.
From the very beginning.
Yeah. So luckily both are girls. She told me that if it's a boy, I'll cut it off. I was like, okay. I hope you're not serious. But I mean, to me, I just want the babies to be healthy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've heard of many cases where some of the babies, when they come out, they have issues and all. It's actually a very tiring process. I mean, as parents, we can be very loving and accommodate and try to make sure that if they have certain issues, we help them grow up with these issues. But I feel that at one point, no matter what happens, no matter how much support you have, you'll feel tired.
Of course.
Yeah, and to a certain extent, you have a very heavy heart. Yeah. So if to me, I don't really, as long as the kids or the babies are blessed with good health. Yeah. I'm quite okay.
I think everybody do this boy girl thing before they are expecting.
Yeah.
And once you're expecting, I think the moment you go to the doctor, I think most, I'm going to assume, right, most of them will actually say, so long it's healthy, it's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. That,
no, there are some that are very extreme. They really want boys, or they really want girls.
Even now.
Yeah, so it will actually affect their mental health. Like for example, a lot of them like to go for all those tests, right?
Right.
When they're pregnant, so you know what sex it is, right? Then after that, maybe for example, the mother wants a girl, but then it turns out it's a boy.
Right.
Then for the rest of the pregnancy, she'll be so affected. I don't know, could it be like the hormonal change during pregnancy or what? But I've seen so many cases, they are so affected by it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and mentally, I think it's a very tiring.
But they must really want that gender, or
Yeah, some of them are that extreme. No, actually, speaking of that, do you encourage first-time parents to actually go for this sex review test kind of thing?
Not. I don't think there is a need for the additional cost, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
So what I mean by how I put it? So unless you need to check for other stuff, right, and then you have to do a blood test to check for the other stuff, which is for health reasons, then sure, I mean the main point of it was the health reasons, that you get the gender secondary, or I mean like a byproduct of it in a sense, then sure, why not? But like if you want to go specifically to go and get the gender, I think the scan is okay. I don't think you need to go for the blood test to be so sure of the gender. I don't think that the money is well spent there.
I understand.
But then again, that is coming from a person who is not very concerned with either a guy or girl.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay. But there are practical reasons why you want to do it.
Okay.
Of course, I don't know whether it's well spent, but the money, whether it's well spent. But for example, like if let's say you're pre-buying some of the clothing,
right,
or some of the beddings and stuff like that, you want to know whether it's a boy or girl, so that that I agree. But once again, I think the scan is fine. I think the scan is accurate enough. You think so? But scan sometimes you cannot really identify, right?
It's not 100%. It's definitely not. It's definitely not a blood test. But I think like, if you ask the what's the person's name? I don't know what's the job's name. Ultrasound radiologist or something. I can't remember.
Let's just call them that.
Right? You ask them. I think they can get a pretty confident.
Provided the fetus is in the right position.
So this is one thing that me and my wife debated about.
Okay.
Right. So if the scan doesn't show anything below,
is it a boy? Is it a confirm a girl? Right?
Yeah. Is it a confirm a girl? Yeah. Right. Because it could be the wrong angle and you cannot see.
Okay.
Right. There's something below there. There's no question. It cannot be as though like the wrong angle. There's something sticking out. Right. You get it?
Yeah. Correct.
So it's So I understand where you're coming from. But I mean like you're paying. It's not like few $100 if I remember correctly. It's $1,000, right? $1,000.
Yeah. But it's primarily to test for the cerebral related issues, right?
Is it cerebral?
Down syndrome.
It's mainly for Down syndrome.
Yeah.
Right. So once again, like I said, if you are doing the main priority, to me, if the main priority is health, be it Down syndrome, whatever it is, sure, then go for it.
But that's the challenge then.
What's the challenge?
What if the test comes back and it's positive? What do you do?
No.
I don't want to
think about it. To be
I can't imagine myself in that situation.
I cannot. I remember. So I think for parents who don't have parents, couples who don't have kids yet. And I told this to my friend as well, who's currently expecting. I said, the stressful days of your life, your stress-free days of your life doesn't end when your kid comes out. The stress-free days of your life ends when you know that your wife is pregnant. And what I mean by that is, for me, I was stressed the entire way to every single time I went to a doctor for a checkup.
Okay.
Because I do not know whether the kid's growing well enough. I do not know whether the kid's healthy. whether there's the umbilical cord is caught somewhere or I don't know what. So every single time I go there, I just hope that there's no news. No news is good news for me.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. So because bringing back to the question that you had about the Down syndrome, that time was a very stressful period for me.
Yeah, no, I totally understand.
And I was like, and then because we didn't go for the blood test, so we had to do a scan. Then we were like, and because I'm not medically trained, so I look at the scan, I say, is this yes or no? What's this mean,
Yeah.
So I had to wait for the doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, it looks good. Okay, seems fine. And then they say that it's a scan, so the percentage accuracy is not that high.
Yeah.
Then you're like, when it comes out, I thought would there be some surprise,
Yeah.
That I couldn't. So like I said, stress-free days for me was over when I know my wife was pregnant. And every single checkup was a challenge.
No, but I mean, almost all parents I know go for the test.
I think you have to, right? No, you're talking about the blood test or you're talking about the Down syndrome test?
The Down syndrome test.
I think it's mandatory.
It's not mandatory, but the doctor will usually strongly recommend.
Oh, is it not mandatory?
It's not mandatory.
I thought it was mandatory, but okay.
Yeah, but I mean, they will usually recommend, especially for what do you call it, higher age. Because then you have higher risk.
Higher age.
Yeah.
But you mean older?
Yes, I mean older. Yes.
Higher age.
Sorry, wrong choice of words then. No, but anyway, maybe just to conclude,
right?
I think we should conclude. I think first-time parents may want to know that this is life-changing, and I guess this is a good opportunity for you to become a better person. I mean, it's good, right? You learn to control your temper. You learn to let go of worldly possessions. You learn to look at your financial planning. You learn about all the medical things that happens with your body when you get pregnant.
You learn to plan ahead.
And there's so many things, right? So many positive things.
Sure. I think every new young parent or what, you know it's going to be life changing. I just think that coming from my experience, you don't know how life changing it's going to be.
You don't know.
Yeah,
you go through it. Yes.
You know that things are going to change.
Yeah.
But I think, especially for me, I mean, just to wrap this up, right? It's just that you thought you can keep some semblance of your old life there. Like, I can still play my games, Like, I'll sneak one or two in,
Yes.
But you just don't know how life changing it can be.
Yeah. So actually on that, just let it go.
Just let it go, right?
Just let it go. Don't play games anymore.
True.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Thank you.